What is going on, guys? Pomson87 here, and today on you need the Canadian Grand Prix for the Aussie Sim Racing. This is round number 5 now? Yeah, 5 now, I believe. So, yeah, we're not doing too bad in the championship. We've got points positions in each round we've raced in so far this championship. But if my voice is a bit off, it's because I'm a bit ill at the moment. I've got a cold, and yeah, not feeling the world's best. My voice isn't sounding the world's best, but I'll try and power through this commentary as much as possible anyway. So this is the strategy. One stop, we qualified P9 on the grid on the super soft tyres. I want to try something different. I knew I didn't have the best qualifying pace, so I wanted to try qualify on the super soft tyres. Ryan ahead actually crashed during qualifying, so he gets to start on the soft tyres, the lucky bastard. It means he has a lot more strategy flexibility, but as you saw there's actually rain forecasted for halfway through this race. So I was at this point already thinking, can we stretch these super soft tyres out to the rain period? Because the guys at the ultra softs, they might not be able to last their tyres until then. But anyway, they're focusing the start of the race now. We're in P9 on the grid. There are 5 lights on the screen, and they're routed. Away we go. The Red Bull there's got a very bad start. I think a lag start for him. So we're running to P8. We've got the Force India on the left. He cuts me off. We almost lose our front wing on the back of him. There's cars around. Tim Marduk and Chimchar, I think, in the manor. So that's up to P6 now. It's a very clumsy start from them. I think if you watched Tim Marduk's video, it was his fault there, tagging... I think he tagged the manor, maybe? Or someone else, I don't know. But now we're into P6. It's a pretty good start so far. We've got Ryan on the soft tyres ahead. I think everyone else ahead of him is on the ultras, apart from Zizami, who's on the supers, I believe. So nothing really happened for the rest of that first lap. So we're going on, well, to the end of the first lap, actually. Is we've got a virtual safety car as the Red Bull drivers retired, unfortunately. The one who had a bad start. I can't remember what happened to him. I think he had a collision with Ben, actually, so a bit unfortunate for him. So we're now going on to lap 2. The virtual safety car is ending, and the Force India of Ryan has got a much better launch than the other Force India of Acho. So they go side by side down the straight at Canada. And, you know, if there's a collision, we can pick up the pieces. We're in perfect position to do so as they try and go side by side for the chicane. Acho has to cut the corner and back off massively. It means it's got a poor run. We've got the slipstream, and now we're trying to look, maybe make a move down the inside of the first turn. We're totally going to do that. We try and brake later, but he holds it around the outside. A little bit of contact there, as I think he tries to miss me out of the way, but that's fair dues, fair dues. All good, we both survived that, so now continuing on, as we get a little bit of a corner cut there, and rightly so, we've got a warning for that. Don't know why, every time I seem to be following a car, I always get a corner cut warning. But now Ben has caught at the back of us after his disastrous start. He's on the ultra soft tyres, so he should be quicker, but he doesn't actually have the legs down the straight. We're running a 5-4 wing, so quite low downforce this race. And he can't seem to get past, really. I mean, we're just outside the DRS window of Acho ahead. He's on the ultra soft tyres, so if we can keep up with him, then we're looking pretty good, actually, while keeping Ben behind us, which we're certainly trying to do. So, let's talk a little bit about tyre wear for this race. Usually, tyre wear is my Achilles heel, especially on the front tyres. In fact, definitely the front tyres. As, go back to the action, we're making a bit of a mistake there, and, well, that's unfortunate, really. We made a mistake, we cut the corner. We actually lost time to Ben behind as he tries to look down my inside. We gave him the room, and he can't get the position on exit. No, it's too far behind. Which is a bit annoying. I got a warning for something when I lost time, so but that's just the way it is, can't be helped. But going back to tyre wear, I feel like I'm actually quite good at handling the rears on this game. The rear traction, I mean, one thing for this track, well, especially on the pad, it's very hard to catch a slide. In order to, you know, not get to their position where you have to try and catch slides, you have to learn a lot of throttle control. And that actually helps with rear tyre wear quite a bit, and rear tyre wear is much more prominent than front tyre wear on this track. So you can look at my tyre wear statistics in a second, and they're actually quite equal on all 4 tyres. But anyway, so lap 14 now, still on the same set of super soft tyres. Oh my god, it's Joe on the soft tyres. He's just come into the pits and merged from the pit lane, and it's on much fresher tyres. No point fighting him really. We're letting him have the inside line for the chicane. Tim Marduk behind me had pitted for the ultra soft tyres. Acho ahead is still on the same set of tyres, the ultra softs, from the start of the race, so he's going to be struggling a lot towards the end of the stint. There you can see the tyre wear equal on all 4 tyres, which, yeah, and the tyre wear doesn't really seem to affect me that much. I'm not really struggling that much. But I'm going to lap 15 now, and the rain is starting to fall. I'm not sure if you can see on the screen, but there are bits of rain starting to fall on the track, and Acho there is really struggling on his ruined ultra-soft tyres. We're going to get the inner-toed DRIES, and it's going to be a pretty easy move going to the chicane, really. He can't really fight us. Our super softs are holding up much better than his ultra softs are. And there we go, into P3 now, so on a podium position. And if the rain's starting to fall, then we can quite easily execute the strategy of staying out on the first set of tyres until the rain period. Now lap 17, it's taken a while for the rain to have full effect. As we've got a few cars now caught at the back, and we've got no grip, unfortunately. The guys behind are much fresher, soft tyres. They have much less tyre wear, and have tyres much better suited to the conditions. We've got X-Fitcho, one of those drivers, Ben just behind on the super softs, and in skill position. But here on the team radio, they just called me in to go into the pit lane. We hesitate, we go to the track, we muddle things up. We don't accept the strategy, so we're just hoping that the team have inters ready for us. But
it was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
They don't. They don't have inters ready for us. We're on soft tyres again. They put fucking DRIES on. To be fair, that was my fault. I was too busy trying to keep ahead of the guys and, you know, keep it on track with the fading grip from the tyres and from the wet stuff. But we didn't set intermediate tyres on our strategy on the mini options at the bottom right, which is a really stupid thing to do, really. We really should have. And now we're going to have to make it back down to the pit lane, survive around. For the first half of the lap, we actually kept to a bit ahead. But then, as the rain increased, we just had no grip. And you can see just skidding into the pit lane. Lucky to not be caught speeding there, as that would have been even more disastrous. So now we're going to the pit lane, sit on a set of intermediate tyres. Now, where's this going to put us on track? We've got KMP4, which has gone past the McLaren ahead. We've got Chimchar, who's going down the pit straight now. We might emerge ahead of him. KMP4 is a bit too far up the road, just like Zezimi as well, who was a big spin earlier on the race as well. So he's trying to fight back through the order. We get just about ahead of Chimchar, so it's about a second behind. We want to try and keep it behind for the rest of this stint, well, the rest of the race if possible. And nothing really happened through the whole of the intermediate stint. We had okay pace on the wet tyres, but now lap 27, the rain period has ended. The track is going back to dry conditions, and we're going to put on a set of ultra soft tyres. Well, the ideal tyre for the strategy. They can easily last the 7 laps to the end of the race, pretty easily, really. As Chimchar there, he held me by about a second or two. He kept pacing me for the whole of that stint, but gotta say, I feel much better in the dry conditions than I do on the intermediate conditions of this track. We've got KMP4 emerging in the pit lane, only about 7-8 seconds ahead of us. So catching him isn't really, well, it's going to be hard to do, but isn't really out of the order just yet. See what our pace is like on the ultra tyres. Because remember, from the virtual safety car periods in the rain, we have a lot of fuel saved up, and I was burning a lot of fuel during this last part of this race. You can see Rich Mix, lap 32. This is actually my best lap of the race, at 1:14.5, I believe. As we actually gained a few seconds on KMP4 during the stint, but unfortunately, just a bit too much of a gap to catch up. And by lap 35, he's still about 5-6 seconds up the road. But look at the bottom of the screen there. Zezimi has been disqualified. He was ahead of us, so we're now up to P6 in this race. We were P7. We had P7 pretty much nailed, as Chimchar there fell off the back of us quite a bit during that stint, which is good actually, because we got 2 tyre penalties for corner cutting. But coming across the line now, P6. Not a bad result, really. Not bad result, considering, well, all things considering. It could have been better had I actually, you know, not done the extra lap on the dry tyres. That cost me at least like 20 seconds there. That extra lap and that extra pit stop cost me 20 seconds. And if you look at the timing screens now, 20 seconds up the road is X-Fitcho and Timo Marduk. I could have been in that battle, theoretically, if I hadn't have bottled things over, if take off the penalties as well I had. Which is a bit of a shame, really. I felt like I had good pace, especially towards the end of the race on the ultra soft tyres. I was really pushing, but yeah, that's just the way it is. I made a mistake, I own up, and I will hopefully try and do better for the next race, which is the Baku Grand Prix. Hopefully I can do well there as well. It's another rear tyre wear dependent track, so it could be good for me, it might not. So I'll see you guys then for that race and for the upcoming video. So I'll see you guys then. Poms.